Bienvenue! Welcome to Knit City, Montreal. Knit City is a show put on twice a year by Knit Social. It alternates in the east between Toronto and Montreal, and in the west between Calgary and Vancouver. We've seen Sonder Yarn Co. before at Flock, but I believe this is our first time seeing them in their own booth, and it was amazing to take in all of their colors and beautiful bases. Their Sunday morning collection comes in a 4-ply fingering, a sport weight, or a DK weight, and features a blend of 75% BFL and 25% Mosham. All of it is spun and dyed in England. Now the sport weight has the addition of 10% cashmere, making it a luxe version of this yarn line. They also have fleece and flax, which is 75% BFL and 25% flax, a beautiful blend for lighter weight projects. Twill Print is run by Tiffany out of Quebec. I think she does everything because there was everything you could ever want as a crafter here in this booth. She draws, designs, screen prints, sews, and dyes a collection of beautiful items. There were candles and wool washes, beautiful hand-dyed yarn, and tons of fun flair. Tiffany does a lot of her own screen printing, but also works with local artists. Biscotte Yarns are dyed by Melissa in Ontario. She has been working on some new yarn lines that are completely Canadian. They are raised, milled, and dyed in Ontario. If you're a cat lover, you're also going to need these cute little stitch markers with cat ears. There were several book signings by amazing designers throughout the 2 days. We got to say hi to our friend and incredible Tunisian crochet designer, Toni Lipsey. Let's head over to Leo and Roxy out of St. Thomas, Ontario. My first question for dyer Jolynn was, who are Leo and Roxy? I learned that Leo is a sheep and Roxy is a parrot. They had a special show colorway called May to 4, which is what the long weekend is called for Victoria Day here in Canada. Does anyone remember seeing on Instagram that giant cement truck with the yarn ball on it? Well, that was Yoriko Oki out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Dyer Yoriko creates tons of amazing colors and has been recently adding in more of these wonderful fade sets. On Saturday, they had designer Caroline Normando in the booth. Caroline created this awesome cowl and they were selling kits so you can make the pattern up yourself. Lichen Lace comes to us out of Sackville, New Brunswick. Dyer Megan creates a beautiful collection of yarn and embroidery threads. All of their bases are beautiful, but their rustic heather sport is something special. It's a minimally processed, non-superwash, rustic sport weight yarn made with Canadian wool, spun in New Brunswick, and dyed by Lichen Lace. They even featured a few bright spring colors that are limited time here at the show. Next up is Biscotte or Biscotte Yarns out of Quebec. Run by Louise and Patrick, Biscotte has expanded over the years to have several local yarn stores in Canada and one in the US. My first introduction to them was their self-striping yarn, which now has over 80 colors in the collection. But they also have tons of other amazing bases. Their hemp and merino, for example, is perfect for the summer. And they've recently introduced a yarn line by Patrick, which is 100% Canadian. The fiber comes from Canadian sheep, it's spun in Nova Scotia, and then dyed in Montreal by Patrick. They were also featuring another company in their booth. This is Yoriko yarn from Argentina. Yoriko is a camelid, think smaller than a llama and even softer. It turned out to be a pretty rainy weekend, but luckily everything you need is inside the hotel. We got lunch downstairs at the restaurant one day, and every single day we were there, we found a nice spot to hang out and knit. And because you're right in Montreal, if you did want to leave the hotel, there were so many walkable restaurants and coffee shops nearby. Scrumptious Purl is known for self-striping yarns that come in delicious gobstopper balls in various stripes. We learned from Dyer Stephanie that it takes about 15 minutes to wind up the yarn this way. It's definitely a labor of love. If you're looking for something different to work up this December, their mini sock advent calendar is just the thing. Threaded Maple creates beautifully designed accessories for knitters, crocheters, and handcrafters. They work closely with talented artisans from around the world, including a team of leather workers in Ukraine. Their needle binders are one of the coolest tools. You can customize yours by selecting which pages you need, from crochet hook holders to various knitting needle pockets. They've also worked with different yarny celebrities that you know, like Andrea Mowry, Vincent Williams, and La Bien Amie, to create functional and beautiful products for your tools. Coming to us out of Ontario is Les Belles Bouclettes, a Canadian fiber farm with a herd of Angora goats. Are these goats not the cutest thing in the world? They produce mohair, which is lustrous and luxurious, super silky and soft and warm. All of their mohair is processed exclusively by Canadian fiber mills, and it's turned into either comb top, roving, or yarn. All the yarn you see here is dyed by Isabelle. Fleur et Bonbon means flower and candy in English, two things dyer Gabrielle loves the most. Gabrielle is a wonderful dyer, as you can see by all the bright, beautiful colors, but also an excellent knitting pattern designer. She had so many of her beautiful samples knit up in her own yarn. She also puts together kits with the yarn and pattern, just about everything you need to make the project. Dyer Jennifer is a respiratory therapist and yarn dyer by night, hence the name, the Yarn Therapist. They are known for their self-striping yarns, and oh my goodness, the choices are endless. There's these wonderful self-striping sock yarns. They're super, super yummy and come in lots of different put-ups. I was especially excited by the sock sets because you could get a 25-gram mini along with a 65-gram main skein, which is perfect for not having too many leftovers. One of their most amazing things are their size-inclusive, self-striping yoke yarns. They're specially dyed up so that you can just grab the right one in your size, knit your yoke, and it will just come out with perfect stripes, or you can use it for color work. It's time for another French lesson. We are headed over to Je laine. So laine means yarn, and je laine is a play on je t'aime, which means I love you. You know, we all love yarn. Laine Yarns comes to us out of Montreal, Quebec. Dyeing yarn is not owner Chantal's full-time job, so when she gets the time to dye, she loves to be creative and let the colors flow. My Laine Maison translates to my homemade yarn. Anne and Isabelle have an alpaca farm in Quebec. This may be the softest alpaca yarn I have ever felt. I swear each skein kept getting softer. From their 100% alpaca to their alpaca and nylon base, there's even one with alpaca and silk. Some of their yarns are even hand-spun by Annie. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. I wanted to just quickly share with you the things that I got at the show. Since this is the very beginning of our Canada trip, I'm trying to be, I don't know what the right word is, responsible. I don't want to have so much yarn and be overwhelmed with it like I did in the US. So I'm trying to find the balance between getting to experience new yarns and new dyers, but also understanding the limits of my space and also time to work everything up. So I think I did okay, maybe a little more than I originally planned. Let's just start from the beginning. The first thing that I got was this show colorway from Leo and Roxy. It is called May 24, which is what Canadians call this holiday weekend for Victoria Day sometimes, or the long weekend in May. And this is going to be the first color in my Canada blanket. I've decided to do one. I believe I am going to hold the yarn double, crochet it. I think I'm going to do a little combination of the Yorkshire crochet blanket, which is something I made this past December, and a solid granny square blanket, and we will see. I will update you more in my podcast as I figure that out. The next place that I went to was Ghislaine, and she was so sweet to gift me these two skeins. One of these is going to go into the blanket. So this will cover me for my Quebec yarn, and this one is kind of going to be just like an extra like show yarn. So I think I'm probably leaning towards the purple, and I can use the red for something else, but I think the red, because it has purple in it, was also going to be a really good option. I ended up going back to the Ghislaine booth later, and I grabbed these two skeins. This is on her 70% organic merino and 30% linen base, and the color is really pretty, kind of this like dusty mauve pink, and I am planning to make the Avenue Tee by Tori Yu. The last yarn that I got is from the Yarn Therapist. This is a little sock set. What's really cool about this is 25 grams. So sometimes I find with 20 grams, I can't quite get heels, toes, and cuffs out of it. So that's really nice. And then this is 65 grams. So it's a 90-gram set, self-striping, and she had samples of everything, as you may have seen already. So that's gonna be really pretty. One more little thing. I finally got one of these little toolkits from Thread and Maple. They call them something really cute. I think it's like they're on the go. And it's magnetic and leather. It has scissors and little tapestry needles inside, and then a small zipper on the back where I think I can throw some stitch markers into. So this I think I'm gonna keep in my purse along with my sock knitting, which is what I use on the go. So that's the haul for the video.